McKnight for that introduction. I also want to thank all of the other members of council, which we will recognize shortly, all of the citizens of Williamsburg County. It is indeed a privilege this evening for me to be here. I want to say good evening to everyone. As Councilman McKnight alluded, this is our 11th State of the County address. And before I begin, I want to give justice to my colleagues on council, and I would like to acknowledge them. We will talk tonight about sharing our vision, the transformation of Williamsburg County, the path to excellence. First, we're going to acknowledge Councilman Sam Floyd. You stand, please, and remain standing. Councilwoman Jeannie Brown Burroughs, Councilman W.B. Wilson, Vice Chairman Andy McKnight, Councilman Joe Miller, and our clerk, Ms. Tammy McClary. Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to take the time to acknowledge the local elected officials. Our local county officials, if you're present, please stand. Local county officials, elected officials. Thank y'all. I want to also acknowledge our appointed officials who head up departments this evening. Would you all please stand? Let's give them a round of applause. As I look around, I see some members from the federal level. I see Kenny Barnes from the Congressman's office. Kenny, please. So I don't miss, I don't know whether any members of the state legislative delegation, I know that they're in session and busy working, and so I'm sure they may not be here, but Senator Sabb sends his appreciation to all of you for for allowing him to continue to serve. And I want to recognize the local municipalities. I see some representatives here from the various municipalities. Would you all please stand? Local municipalities, mayors, city council members. Now, are school board members here? Any members of the school board? Thank you. Please do. Any other elected officials here that I have not recognized or didn't stand? Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, our theme tonight is going to be sharing the vision, the transformation of Williamsburg County, and the path to excellence. It's important for us to understand that we've had tremendous success in this county over the past 11 years. And we've had economic challenges, but what I want to do is just briefly recount some of the achievements and the things that we're going to be doing to plan our future and building upon our success and our past, and then involving the public and communicating with them at every step in the process. Now, we want to take a look at some quality of life issues that have impacted and that will continue to impact Williamsburg County government and its citizens. We want to take a look at water and sewer. Water and sewer is something that is vital for economic growth and development. And since 2007, We began with a situation where we had approximately 185.2 miles of water lines, and that includes the county and the city system. Today, we've had an increase, 164.5 miles, which totals over 349 miles of water lines that run across Williamsburg County. And as you can see, there's over 5,298 customers that we have on the system. And we've expended over $60 million in that period of time in order to develop our water system. Now, in 2007, we had 23% of the county covered with county water, and now in 2018, we're right at 51% that's covered, either that pipes are already in the ground or funding that's been made available and will be constructed, and that would be the red area that's under construction or the funds have already been identified. Once those pipes go in the ground, we'll have over 51% coverage, county water over the county. What you say, what has been the impact of that? There have been a number of things that this has allowed us to accomplish. Infrastructure, building new fire stations, etc. Now, when we talk about continued growth, we've had the opportunity, as I said, based on the water, to expand our rural fire system. 5 full-service fire stations with living quarters, 1 substation, 6 new career firefighters, assistant marshal, fire marshal training, over $4 million in grant funds. As a result of this has reduced our ISO rating, which has lowered homeowners' insurance premium. These are the kind of things that the water has allowed us to be able to expand and create benefit for the citizens of our county. Now, as we continue to move, we look at public safety. And the public safety, we've been very supportive of our public safety. The sheriff and the other entities, that's been something that we've done from the time that we started as county supervisor. And it's amazing, sometimes we don't realize how that transformation has taken place. Since 2015, the crime has just decreased in Williamsburg County. Sexual assaults down 42.85% decrease. Drug crimes 22.53% decrease. Out of our population group, which is group 4, which are counties with anywhere from 25 to 50,000 people, out of those 12 counties that are in that category, we're the 3rd lowest county crime rate in those counties with that population. So I think that is tremendously commendable. I congratulate the sheriff and the other municipal policemen and everybody that's involved in public safety. Let's give them a round of applause. Our transit department has continuously been recognized as one of the best transit departments in the country, and not only in the country, but certainly in the state. They've increased their usage by Medicaid clients over 44% since 2007. This is providing opportunities and access for transportation to our citizens to get to doctor's appointments. Director Burgess has done a fine job along with his staff through the years, and he's just enhanced and increased the effort. He's received over $4.5 million in grant funding during this period. We want to also talk about recreation. Everybody talks about wanting to do things for the youth, and I'm proud of the fact that we are beginning and have begun that process continuously growing and expanding recreational opportunities. Over 225 youth participated across Williamsburg County in the football program this year. We have aerobic programs, and our summer food programs continue to serve and feed our young folks during the summer months to the tune of over 2,000 children per day during the month from June to July. 2,000 per day that we serve. And on a high note, Williamsburg County Recreation Complex, and we all know it's located on Thurgood Marshall, just won the best park in the county. It was a finalist for the best workout exercise facility as a part of our local news, the Best of the Best series. And this was as a result of over 20,000 ballots being cast. So again, our recreation program continues to grow and get more robust every day. We understand that we have some challenges. And one of the challenges that we are aware of, and we're not going to back away from it whatsoever, because we know this is something that is very concerning to the citizens of our county, and that is the issue of drainage. We know that there have been extensive problems with drainage in our county, and certainly as a result of the ice storm in 14, the flood in 15, and the Hurricane Matthews, that's even made the problem a lot worse. But what we are in the process of doing is we're forging partnerships and collaboration in order to develop a comprehensive plan to address this drainage problem. The last time a drainage study had been done in Williamsburg County was in 1972. And so we have involved and requested and asked folk like at the federal level, the Natural Resources Conservation Service, some people know it as NRCS, the United States Army Corps of Engineers, South Carolina Department of Transportation. We've even engaged CSX Railroad. Congressman Clyburn's office has provided support and assistance. We also have the state legislative delegation and the local municipalities are participating as well in order for us to come up with a comprehensive plan that will address the drainage problem. I think a lot of times people think that drainage problem is strictly the county's problem, but it's not the county's problem in and of itself. All of these other entities that I just named are intimately involved, and it's going to be necessary for them to be at the table with us in order to resolve this problem of drainage across the county. But we're committed to it, and we again have put this forth as a primary goal for us as we move forward. Now, we also want to talk a little bit about the EMD situation. We have our public safety team is immense. As I indicated earlier, they have done a stellar job, and we appreciate the job that they're doing. We've gone through 3 major disasters in recent years. Winter Storm Pats in 14, the flood in 15, and the hurricane in 16. And as a result of all of our public safety entities, we provided the leadership and they've executed with their efforts. We came through it without any loss of life. So I think, again, we cannot thank our first responders and our public safety folks enough for the hard work that they put in. Now, let's talk a little bit about our county's financial position. In 2010, the county increased its credit rating from a BBB to an A3 in Moody, and then A3 and Standard & Poor's. As a result of that, that has allowed us to be in a position to borrow money when we've had to borrow money at a cheaper rate. In 2013, the county was named among the 10 of the highest performing governments by the Municipal Analysis Service. And the reason why we got that rating is because of unemployment rate changes, job growth in the county, economic output growth rates, and our median home prices growth increased. Now, let's move to economic progress as a result of the financial status that we have been able to increase. Capital projects, this facility that we're standing in now, the environmental services building, animal shelter, the county courthouse hadn't been touched in 65 years, the law enforcement complex, the emergency operations center, and then just last month we cut the ribbon on a new voters registration and election office. Things that we're doing in order to build the foundation, and that doesn't even take into account the DSS facility on Hampton Street, the exchange bank that we acquired right across from the courthouse. All of these facilities are putting us in a position to be much more attractive as we move through these changes and these changing economic times for growth. Now, at this point, we want to look at and talk just briefly. We have been very fortunate to have the citizens to approve the capital projects sales tax in 2016 by a margin of 58%. The 58% of the residents voted for the capital project sales tax. And it's expected to generate over $16 million. So we feel that that is, again, is going to be an enhancement to address some of our public safety needs without raising property tax. And as a result of that, we will continue to move the county in the forward direction in which it's going now. Now, at this point, we want to turn and talk a little bit about some of the economic activities that are occurring in the county. The USDA representative that was at the ribbon cutting in February indicated that USDA over the past 10 years has invested over $300 million in resources in the county, either directly through the county or through our other city and municipal governments. When you look at this, that translates into over $700 million that have circulated in the Williamsburg County economy in during that period of time. All of this creates economic impact. The Code Enforcement Office indicates to us that we've had increases in residential building permits. In this period of time, from 2007 into now, 291 residential permits totaling a sum total of $42 million. 232 commercial permits, over $40 million. This kind of growth and development that's happening right before our eyes. Our airport, we have entered and have secured over $2.4 million to improve our taxiway. And that makes our runway suitable for some of the large airplanes that a lot of the industry use to come and look at areas. We can accommodate any of those industry-type airplanes that could come into our county at our airport. In addition to that, we built 10 hangars, and in the process of constructing 2 new corporate hangars. As a result of these hangars, the revenues that we will be generating on an annual basis that will come into the county is over $20,000 annually. Tourism. Tourism is something that's really important to our county. And it kind of amazed me that in 2016, over 36,000 tourists visited Williamsburg County. and that added $9.42 million to our local economy. I mean, that's amazing, but that's what's happening in Williamsburg County on an annual basis. Now, in addition to the other tourism activity, the vision that we also have tourism and something that's called agritourism. We had a program, a farmers agribusiness program that was developed that created opportunities to promote farming and promotion farm products in 4 areas of the county. In the Lane area, in the Greeleyville area, in the Hemingway area, in the King Street area. 2,100 customers participated in this 2-year farm market promotion program. So again, we're involved in all aspects of our economy. Now, agribusiness, as I said, is important. And then when we want to look at our manufacturing sector, in 1979, 37.7% of the workforce was in the manufacturing sector. It reduced to 16.1% in 2013. That was at the midst of our recession, the worst economic times that we've had since the Great Depression of the 30s. Well, since that time, from 2013 to 2016, the manufacturing jobs have increased up to 27.2%. We're about 10% from where we were at the peak in 1979. And as a result of that, we're increasing at about a 68% rate in manufacturing employment since 2013. Williamsburg County has a very comprehensive economic development strategy, and we've been analyzed from an industry standpoint. When we look at the industry in our county, according to the Waccamaw Region Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy for Williamsburg County is emerging as a major player in the state. Now, let me digress for just 1 second before we go to that slide. We also have an initiative called the Small Business Development Center. And as you see, we have my colleagues, Councilman Fulmore and Councilman Wilson, there along with Kenny Barnes, Representative Congressman Cliven, and some top officials with the USDA. When this Small Business Development Hub opened, since that time, over 105 small businesses and individuals have received technical assistance, and some 226 individuals attended workshops and training. Our Small Business Development Hub is an opportunity for our citizens who have business ideas that have been undercapitalized or didn't have no capital to begin to look at ways in which they can fund and get their business started. So we're very proud to have such a vehicle within our community. I mean, this certainly is an opportunity for us to have our citizens who have these kind of ideas. And the Small Business Development Center, Small Business Development Hub is located in our Economic Development Office right across from the courthouse in the old Exchange Bank building. So that's something that we need to make sure that we promote and that we tell our citizens that are available, that's available to them. Now, let's turn to industry. As I said, Waccamaw Region Comprehensive County Economic Development says that, and I quote what they say, Williamsburg County is emerging as a major player in the state for attracting new industry. Many companies are taking a second look at Williamsburg County because of its economic development efforts of establishing industrial parks in providing economic incentive. So we are continuing to address the economic issues, and we're positioning ourselves to take advantage of the economic opportunities all surrounding us. Now, as a result of that, we've created, and this is the word that everybody said, what are we doing? 1,441 new jobs have been created in the last 10 years in the county, from 2007 to 2017. 1,441 new jobs. So the opportunities are here. We're developing, with the leadership of Jim Moore, our economic developer, we're doing and we're working hard to create these kind of opportunities for the citizens of Williamsburg County. As a result of that effort, we have sold our two last remaining spec buildings, one in King Street and one in Hemingway. Those companies are moving in. The one in Hemingway is already moved in, and the one in King Street is transitioning in, and we know that we have the company that's moving in and really has already set up at the old Firestone facility. Now, as a result of that and these lack of not having spec buildings, the development board, the development corporation, county council, we're rapidly looking at ways that we can build a new spec building, and so we can have product for businesses to come in and look at. Just to summarize, Williamsburg County is open for business without any doubt whatsoever. We're poised, we're positioned to take advantage of the economic growth that is occurring all over our state and our region. Now, vision. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Now, I've been challenged, throughout our tenure, and I'm very excited about the vision. But when we talk about vision, vision is something that's shared. It's a shared idea, a shared effort. Williamsburg County government, not a single county councilman independently, nor I as supervisor, can make this vision a reality. One individual alone cannot make this vision a reality. It takes everybody coming to the table, getting involved, and doing whatever you need to do to be about these changes. We have a lot of opportunities, and we have to prepare ourselves for that. Now, our pathway to excellence. Individuals can't do it, but groups of us can come together. When we work together, we can certainly continue the transformation that's occurring in Williamsburg County. Our pathway to excellence is going to require all of us individually invest in ourselves, caring, growing, creating, being creative and determined and responsible citizens, fully participating and not waiting for something to just happen. There's not going to be any free lunch. To affect change, we must all bring something to the table. We must all bring something to the table. And I believe that that's what we're doing, and I believe that that's what we are going to continue to do. One of the things